Hope you enjoy everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sullivan House. Game my life. You on Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 5, Hive Historia. We get to see Ymir in her Titan form, her going all out, going crazy. Hey, and we got the big reveal, so many secrets revealed, and that's just the first of many that's to come up. I've already read the manga. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do as best I can to do a review on this video. So a spoiler alert for anyone ahead. So anyway, let's get started. We get to see We get to see everybody doing this training in this snowy mountain area. Apparently, it's a part of their training during the Survey Corps. Not before when they were part of the Scout Regiment. They have to do training. Remember, they spent 3 years together training and to become a member of the Scouts. 3 years of training, working hard. I mean, as a part of the 104th Cadet Corps, so they had to endure lots of training. Things like walking out in the sunlight. If you guys remember, that was way back early in season 1. Now we get to see another version of the training, which is survival instinct, and surviving in harsh weather. That sort of thing. We get to see the Eren and Mikasa, Armin, Reiner, Bertol, Connie. They managed to make it through the storm. However, the only ones who haven't back are Dez, Krista, and Ymir. They're basically left behind because the snow is so thick. It's very hard for them. And apparently Dez is injured or sick or something. I don't know. So they have to drag him along. And Krista's doing most of the work while Historia is just following behind her. We get to see how these two react and talk about each other. Try to do their best. We also get to find out history between Krista and Historia, like what happened to them. Like, for example, Krista is apparently the daughter of some mistress that apparently the Church of the Walls want dead for some reason. Apparently they want her dead. Apparently she's successful. She's some kind of illegitimate child. And Ymir overheard this because way back in the interior, like before the walls got breached, apparently she was a pickpocket and thief. Apparently she would steal stuff and survive and found out about the rumor. Apparently she went and to show the scouts to find her, which is pretty curious. Like, that's not something a normal person would exactly do. Why would you go all the way out for a stranger you never even met or heard of, and the church knew that she was a part of the Survey Corps. That means it's just some kind of big secret. And like I said, I read the manga. It's just the first of many, We also get to see that Krista, is trying to struggle to save, Don. However, Ymir's asking her, why do you keep doing this? Why would you keep on trying to focus on this guy, even because she wants to help him and stuff, However, it's also revealed that maybe she's not doing this just so she can live, but also because she wants to die a little bit. Because she probably had a hard life, And Ymir's asking her, why should you keep continuing? Why should you just let this guy here and die? Like, why should we just save our skin to let it say that you couldn't save him because he died in the storm or whatever, However, Krista, she wants to keep saving him, even though she's like the smallest of them, probably the weakest. She still has a lot of spirit inside of her, However, Ymir is like wondering why she keeps on doing this, Especially when they go to a cliff, like literally Ymir is like saying she should just toss him over, just throw him over it, and they'll eventually find him or whatever. In the storm, in the winter, they'll find him eventually. And literally just tossing this guy away like he was nothing but a piece of garbage. And they'll eventually find him. However, Krista, she wants to keep fighting. She wants to keep moving. However, there's also a part of her that's a little bit wondering whether she should accept that decision. Like, for example, it's obvious that both Ymir and Krista, probably went through something in life. Like I said, I read the manga, and it's like these two, they're both survivors. They've done can to make it this far. They are like, even though Krista is not what you call very strong, she still wants to help people as best she can. And and there's also Ymir, unlike Ymir, but there's also Ymir who does whatever he can to survive. Trying to but she doesn't believe. Sure, she may make jokes and joke around. It does tease people, but that's just probably to hide her true self. Just to hide what she feels. She eventually, tries to make the decision for Krista. Like, even goes so far to push her down the hill and knocking her out. How she falls unconscious. She tries to make a decision. We get to see the Eren and the rest of the group. Eren, Krista, Eren, Mikasa, Armin, Reiner, Bertolt. They all want to go out and save them. However, they get to hear this sound like some kind of landslide. What kind of like a landslide? Eventually they go outside, they see the snow, and they see that someone's going through. Later Krista wakes up, she makes her way down the mountain, and she finds that, she finds Ymir waiting for him, and Dodge is alive. She didn't kill him. She says she's willing to put her trust and faith in her, even though she thinks what she made was a very bad and stupid decision. Ymir may act like she doesn't care about herself, like she doesn't care about nothing about herself or stuff, but I think that's just an act, just to make sure that people don't get close to her. I've seen that this type of personality, it's not uncommon. People who are too afraid to get close because of stuff that happened in their lives. I remember she was a thief and stuff, and Krista, is the child of some person out of a mistress, and now someone wants her dead. She's probably on the run, which is probably, and one of the reasons why she abandoned her true name and chose a pseudonym, which is why her name isn't Crystalise. So I'll talk about all that later, but she's willing to put her faith, trust in Krista, and she even asked her to remember a promise that one day when I reveal her secret to everyone, that you will take back your true name. That's the promise. And Ymir, she may not want to fight all the time, but she wants to fight for more than just for living. She wants to fight for herself, and she doesn't choose. And this decision is not made by others. She chooses this on her own free will. I really like how they did it. How they showed her Titan transformation, showing how she went all out. How badass she was. She would bite down on the nape of the neck, being the Titan's weakness, and she would bite down, then jump, and go down, bite down again, and jump. She's smaller than most Titans. Now, my guess, she's no more than 10 feet. That's probably more than 3 meters or something. But she's like very agile and strong in a different way. We get to see that Reiner, has flashback. Like flashback of seeing a Titan of that size killing someone he knew. Both him and Bertolt are remembering their past. Something very important. We even get to see that Krista, she almost falls, and Reiner grabs her leg. He's so freaked out by it that his hand starts to shake and start crushing her ankle. Of course, that was an accident. That's not her fault. And given the situation, it makes sense. Because he's shocked. Like, everybody didn't know that Ymir was a Titan shifter. If she was a Titan, I mean, is she an enemy of humanity, or is she an ally? I mean, if she wanted to become what is her ulterior motive? She could have just ran in her Titan form and no one would have bothered her. She could have just ran for it. And just left them all to die, but instead she chose to protect them. She chose to fight, which is something interesting. As Ymir, tries her best to try to make it out of this. She tries her best to try to, to keep alive. Especially, she also tried to do her best to protect them. I mean, like when she was trying to climb out the castle, worried that the castle might fall. How Krista is telling her to forget all that, just break the whole damn castle down, tell her to keep on living. Do whatever you can. How she literally tears the castle down with her bare hands, jump and goes up top and grab the others, using it to crush the Titans, it's pretty intense when you see it. I really love how they did, the story, the action, and also I really love because it shows story progression, the connection between Ymir and Krista. It's also been made official that Krista and Ymir are what you call officially a couple, So any guy that has a crush on Krista or whatever, their hopes are dashed, However, Ymir, she's still, even though she did save them and got them down, they're still Titans, Seeing them devour, just tear her body apart, that's a pretty grisly sight, Pretty intense when you look at it. And as Krista tries to go to Ymir and she's being devoured by Titans, she's almost killed by one herself. But luckily, she's saved, and out of nowhere, the Titan gets killed, and who does it? It's Mikasa. Her and the rest of the Survey Corps arrive and just clean house, just take care of business. Hanji, he's leading them. Eren goes in, even though he's not supposed to be a part of the attack, and he kills his first Titan. Awesome, but then he slips up, typical Eren behavior. They call him a moron. They managed to save the day, and rescue everyone just in the nick of time, which is awesome. I really enjoyed how they did. I really enjoyed how they did the story. Revealing so many secrets, history of their past. Because I read the manga, and the manga, it was pretty unique. And we gotta admit there is a bond between Krista and Ymir, a bond they had for a while now, ever since the days at being trainees, that they chose to trust each other with their secrets, and the fact at the end of this episode that Ymir's been revealed as a Titan, and Krista reveals her true name. Her true name is Historia. We're gonna get this just continues into the premise of season 2, and it goes on to next week's episode. Next week we get a secret revealed. Eren gets to confront his enemy. More secrets are revealed. So many twists and turns, and this is all following canon to the manga. I can't wait to see how they handle this kind of story, how they handle the situation. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sullivan Adams, giving my latest review on Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 5, Historia. This was a good episode. What do you think? See you guys next time. Alright, so I'll give you my review in the next episode. Bye.